Hello, here's Wogma's review of the sweet little film Is Love Enough, Sir? What a beautiful piece of cinema did I just watch. Keeping things real while not letting them become dreary is no mean task. Touching upon various social issues without obviously holding a mirror to society is a class act. Even if Is Love Enough, Sir hadn't done all these things, it avoids the obvious class divide tropes, and that is refreshing. Yep, the film does not paint all rich people as mean or all poor people as saints. It also avoids the one nice rich person or the one nasty poor person, inserted as an exception to either prove the rule or give the makers a false sense of security of not having stereotypical characters through and through. Characters just are. They are a product of their situation. Ashwin, played by Vivek Gomber, plays the US returned empathetic employer to perfection. Kanta, played by Tillotama Shome, holds her own as an employee, a servant, even when she is vulnerable. All characters are extremely relatable, even the ones with smaller roles. Hopefully, you are like Ashwin, who doesn't look down upon people with access to fewer means than him. If not, you know someone like him. You know someone who loses their cool with their domestic help. You might know someone who is like Ashwin but knows there are boundaries. You also hopefully have met non-privileged people to recognize them in Kanta. Even if you haven't met a mean old man taking advantage of Kanta's labor, you can easily believe that he exists. This proximity to reality is what makes Love Enough, Sir the charming film that it is. Especially endearing are the moments that the film draws out. Awkward silences, pregnant pauses feel perfect because of the situation that they are written about. An employer and employee getting stuck in an elevator, for instance. The film is actually as much about the class divide as it is about love. How often are you convinced that an on screen couple is actually in love? What makes for a couple? My first thought is one in which each edges the other to grow. And you can tell once they get over their obvious differences, this couple will grow well together as human beings. Despite being a movie that is completely enjoying and owning its slow pace, Is Love Enough, Sir rarely allows your attention to slip away. Of course, I was distracted for a bit by the huge quantities that Kanta seemed to be cooking for one or at most two people, but I assume that's just me being me. The only other jerk was when the story moves a huge step ahead. It could be that the deep rooted thought processes I carry was a problem. At the same time, I hold the incongruity within the otherwise gentle pace of the film responsible too. That jerky step was like someone hit a fast forward button without warning. Also, I wish it wasn't given away in the trailer. And yet, neither of these bits were enough to take away from the film. Is Love Enough, Sir carries a serene air about it, and the climax wraps it up just perfectly. There is no violence in the film. There are a few abusive words. There are a couple of kisses. And it is mostly set in a swanky urban apartment, so it has that feel about it. And I would suggest you watch it if you haven't guessed it by now. That's it from Wogma today. Visit wogma.com for a written review. That's wogma.com. Thank you.